All right, y'all. Daniel Lynch here, Lynch's Lawn and Fence. Hope y'all are having a good day. Y'all can find us online, Lynch's Lawn and Fence LLC.com. You can call us at any time, 318-459-7837. We also can find plenty of our training videos, installation videos, just all kind of good stuff, motivation videos on our YouTube channel, Facebook as well, and then also on X. So y'all check us out. #1 company in the world. There's nobody better than us. You can go on our YouTube channel and find that out. We just don't go out there and show you how to pound a fence in the ground. We're not just going to show you go out there and show you how to nail up a board. We're actually going to give you things that's going to make you better as a fence installer or as a fence builder or just as life lessons as being in the fence industry. We're trying to create a standard for our industry. There's not a lot of standards out there right now. It's just guys go up, throw out a fence. They don't tell you how to, and a lot of people don't want to know this, but you have to know this. They don't want to tell you that you need to have a good relationship with your wife, your kids, with Jesus, work out, things of that nature. Nobody wants to tell you that stuff, but we'll tell you because, hey, we're not just here to teach you how to nail a board, drive a post. We're here to get you through the hard times and the easy times of the fencing industry. Because a lot of times you get out there and you're like, man, this is terrible. Well, no, it's not. I get up every day. I look forward to coming here doing this. Now, granted, I've had to install fences for years. I don't have to do it near as much now. We've surrounded ourselves with a really, really good team. We dump tons of time and energy into getting them trained and then putting YouTube videos together and just making sure that everybody knows exactly what they're doing, why they're doing it, has a purpose, and they have goals. So y'all, today I want to come to you and talk to you about is being a fence installer hard? Kind of an off topic, but I've heard this. I was at a little deal this weekend, and I talked to a few guys, and they talked about, they got out of the fence building industry, more of the gate automated industry because it's a little bit easier. And of course, I was talking to another young guy there that, same thing. He's like, well, this is kind of a little bit more strenuous. Y'all, I can tell you, if you come to work every day and it's not a job, then you're going to enjoy what you do. And I know people have said that 1,000 times, but a lot of our people come here every day. They enjoy it. I mean, I know I look forward to coming here every day. It's a blessing. It's fun. We have a good time. We hoop, holler, we jump around. We do pull-ups. We do dips. We do all kinds of stuff just to make the day interesting. And like I said, it's a good quality time. So it don't have to be, I would say, hard. I want to throw it's in there, but I don't want to throw that out there. I'm just going to give you some tips to where, some of the things that, you say, oh, is it hard? Well, I can tell you. These are some of the tips that'll make you a really, really good fence installer. And I guarantee you, if you'll throw these 10 things together right here in your fence installation career, when you start it, I guarantee you, within the first, I would say by the time you're 3 years in, you will 3X that. Write that down, 3X it. If you can do these 10 things right here, I don't care who you work for. You work for Lynch's Lawn and Fence or you work for anybody, you will 3X your income. Write that down if you can do these 10 things right here. So the first thing that I've come up with that I found was be friendly. You're going to come in contact with a lot of people doing the fence business because that's what it is. It's a service industry. If you're friendly to the people you come in contact with, if you're friendly to the customers that you come in contact with, if you're friendly with the guys that you're working with out there in the field, I can promise you that's going to take you a long ways. Be friendly, be approachable, just be kind. Just everybody you talk to, carry on a conversation. Like I said, the company that you work for will be they'll be well known and they'll prosper really, really well. So be friendly with everybody you come in contact with. And next thing is and this is really, really hard because we've been there, we've all done it. It's really, really hard to stay positive. Stay positive. Everybody has those days, when you go out there, if things are just not working right. That's my main thing is on Mondays. Mondays are generally, to me, I tell myself and I tell everybody around me, I brainwash myself. Mondays is the best day of the week because it's the easiest day of the week. And so if you brainwash yourself and tell yourself that Monday is the best day of the week, it's the easiest day of the week, you'll get through. Now, I use that perspective on every day of the week. Somebody asked me, say, oh, today's Wednesday, it's hump day. No, today's the best day of the week because it's the easiest day of the week. So a lot of that's just brainwashing yourself. But I can tell you, if you'll stay positive, bad situation, hit a water line, hit anything out there, breaking a water line, or a post ain't going down like it's supposed to, or dump the wheelbarrow over with saccharine in it, things are going to happen. There's no doubt about that. But stay positive with it. Find the good in each situation. And like I said, you'll go a long ways with that. The next thing is to be a likable person. When I say be a likable person, I'm a big fan of it. If you ever see me out and about, I really don't care what people think about me because I think I present myself well. Because if I worry about what people think about me, then I'm never going to get to where I need to be. So it's one of those deals, and I always hold myself back. So that's what I say. But be a likable person. When I say be a likable person, be friendly, stay positive, be approachable. If somebody's got an issue, talk to them about it. It don't have to be just. If somebody's hurting, you can hurt with them. It's not necessarily about just kind of being a people pleaser, but be a likable person, be an approachable person. Be one of those guys that get your team fired up in the morning. And a lot of times you're going to have, I've been there, done it. You're going to have a boss that's really not going to be really, really on fire in the morning. You get him fired up. And I can tell you, if you start doing these type of things, like I said, y'all write these things down. These are very, very important. Guarantee you within the first 2 to 3 years, you'll 3x your income if you can master all these. They're really, really hard to master. Mindset is the main thing. But you got to get these things down. Be a likable person. The next thing is this is really, really hard to do on a Monday morning, but you have to do it. Smile. Smiling is really tough on a lot of days. Some days are better than others, but a lot of times it's hard to smile. Smile. Everybody wants to see that pretty little smile, especially when you go in your customers, the customer's backyard. They want to see, hey, this guy's in a good mood, he's got a good attitude, and sometimes you might have to tell yourself, hey, I'm going to smile everywhere I go, but smile. Like I said, it not only makes your presence better and people see that, you have a good attitude about what you're doing, but it also presents better for the company that you're representing, or if you're representing yourself. Always smile. Make somebody else smile. It makes a huge, huge difference. You go a long way with that. The next thing is be confident. All right, be confident. So when I talk about be confident, my thing is when you pull up to a job, like with us, our guys pull up to a job, they have paperwork they have to start filling out as soon as they get there, JSAs, things of that nature. Then they, sometimes they start talking to the customer. Be confident in what you do. Be confident in your approach about how you're going to do it, and then just make sure that when you're going out and you have your guys that are working under you or working with you, whatever. Be confident in every aspect of what you do. When you get there in the morning, you hit the time clock, or whether it's or you got guys working for you and you own a business. Be confident in what you do. Be confident in what you tell them, and it's just like I said. There's a lot of people that. They see a big, tall guy standing up there and they're like, man, that guy's huge, huge, huge. The guy's confident, probably confident with everything he does. What helps with that is being kind of, when you're confident, when you make sure your appearance is right. That's one of the biggest things I see is a lot of guys will pull up somewhere and they're going to bid a fence or a house, or they're bidding a fence or any kind of project, and they're dressed, holes in their boots, holes in their pants, just not in good physical condition, not shaved, things of that nature. You have to have all those things come together to actually be confident. Like I said, if you're pulling up there, you have to walk up a hill, you're out of shape. It's going to be tough to do stuff like that. So you're going to have to kind of change your appearance, change what you do, make sure you're in good physical health. Trust me, I've done it. I feel a lot better. I'm a lot more confident about everything that I do right now. Just for the fact is I've lost a bunch of weight. I had one crooked tooth there. Got it. I'm working on getting it fixed. I dress a lot better now than I used to. But you have to be that helps with your confidence. So just be confident in what you do. The next thing is kind of, I have a hard time with this, but I say that. Let me see. Be enthusiastic. You know, there's nothing worse than trying to talk to somebody or trying to do anything like a video or anything, and you just sit there and it's like, yes, 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 no, here we go. No, people don't want to see that. People want to see, be enthusiastic about what you do. Be very vocal about what you do. You don't have to holler, scream. I'm one of those guys. You know, I get out, wow, I get fired up, but you don't have to do that. But be enthusiastic about everything that you do. Make sure that you're giving good sound orders to your guys that are working for you, or if somebody's working for you, be enthusiastic. Hey man, let's get fired up. Let's go get this thing done. Let's rock and roll. Today's going to be a good day. We got this. We're going to kill it. Be enthusiastic about what you do, and then that stuff, it spreads. It's like throwing gas on a fire. It'll go everywhere. People, once they see one person's not worried about what people think, what people say, and they're just enthusiastic about the day, I'm telling you, that will go a long ways with what you do. And like I said, this is just some of the stuff that I've come up with. A lot of this is going to be training for us. So a lot of our new hires that come on, they can come in and watch some of these videos and see what we actually expect out of everybody, because we expect everybody that's on our team, we expect them to hit these 10 deals. So if you're watching this, guys that work for us or guys that are coming future employees or team members, hey, this is what we expect. This is what we expect every day. You got to be able to give this. And just remember, I've said this and I'll say it again. If you can master these 10 things right here, I can promise you'll 3x your income, because there's nobody in the world that wouldn't want to hire somebody that can nail this every single day. So and I've not been that guy, I can promise you that. It's a mindset. It's one of those things you have to brainwash yourself on a lot of things. People say, why would you brainwash yourself? Well, the only way you're going to change your mindset is to brainwash yourself. There's no doubt about it. A lot of times you have to tell yourself something is true when it's not true to make it true. And that's a true statement right there. You can write that down. So just remember, you're going to have to brainwash yourself on that. Okay, the next thing is have good micro skills. When we talk about micro skills, it's just being good. What kind of micro skills are just being good and meticulous at everything you do, and that kind of falls into, somewhat of integrity as well. But just be good at what you do. If you're going to do something, if you're going to go out there, you're going to dig a hole, you're going to set a pole, you're going to mix concrete, you're going to tie in chain link, whatever you're going to do, be good at what you do. Don't be half-assed at what you do, be good. Why is it worth going out there working for $17, $18 an hour when literally you can check all your micro skills and make sure those are right and be that guy that makes $40 an hour? Because like I said, doing this right here changes lifestyle. So your micro skills, make sure your micro skills are to the T. Make sure you're doing things right. Make sure everything that you do, when it's done right, it's done to the perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. You hammer it down and it's done right. Check your micro skills, make sure those are done right. All right, next thing is certainty. Boy, that's a tough one right there. I don't know that, I think I spelled that right. Certainty. Okay, so, that's a little bit of a tough one right there, but it kind of falls in line. It's one of those deals where, hey, you go out there and say, hey, look, Jim, did you run back there? Did you check that fence line? Make sure all the tools were picked up. We got all the trash up. Yeah, I know I did. How do you know you did? Well, I can tell you this because I've already went back and checked myself again. So be certain about everything that you do. It's not one of the deals where, you walk up to Jim and you say, hey, Jim, did you check it? Well, I think I did. No, whether you did or you didn't. If you didn't, go do it. Do it right the first time, then check it again the second time. Certainty. Be certain about the things that you do and make sure when you do them 100% right. Check the micro skills. Make sure it's done 100% right. And then that way, it's one of those deals when the boss walks up or anybody, homeowner, hey, did y'all miss anything out there? Absolutely not. Didn't miss anything. Checked it twice. Checked it 3 times. Certainty. Be certain about what you do. The next thing is self-confidence. Self-confidence is a good one. Well, my mom was alive. She'd be proud of some of the spelling I did. Boy, she worked on that really hard. Hey, so self-confidence, but that's a lot of this self-confidence is having this is pretty much the same. But the self-confidence is is how you prepare yourself in the morning. You know, a lot of people, you know, they get up 30 minutes before they have to be at work. If they got a 20-minute drive, they get there 10 minutes, jump out of their car, walk inside, clock in, boom, they're ready. You know, you've been up for 30 minutes. You've literally been up for 30 minutes and you're about to perform a task that pays your bills. Now, why would you not get your, and hey, I'm going to tell you, a lot of people that I know and have known for a lot of years that have known me will say Daniel Lynch used to be that guy. I was that guy. I'm not going to lie to you. If I had to be out of the house, if my ride was coming at, 6:20, I was up at 6:10, brushed my teeth, put my deodorant on, put my clothes on. I'm waiting on the porch for you. But it's just, I'm not, and like I said, I'm not saying that that's right, but I'm just telling you, in order to have self-confidence, I mean, my wife is big on that. If she's got to be somewhere at 5 o'clock, she's going to start getting ready at 2:30. It's just the way she is. But whenever she shows up, of course, she's smoking hot. She's the smoking hot wife. If you ain't seen that, check that out. I make some Facebook videos of, but she's just, I love my wife to death. But yeah, she's just one of those ones that, she is going to be prepared everywhere she goes. But she can walk in somewhere and she's confident in what she looks like because she's prepared herself to get there. So self-confidence, y'all, make sure you're prepared, everything you do. And then when you go in a room or you go in a building or you go into work or you go into church or anywhere you go, you can walk in with self-confidence. Hey, I'm dressed good. I feel good. Exercise is going to be a big part of that. What you put in your body. I've done videos on that. Make sure you're putting the right stuff in your body. Make sure you're healthy and things of that nature. But like self-confidence is really, really big. That's really going to push you a long way. And then the last thing is, I love this one. This is a good one. I kind of touched on this a little bit. Y'all, you got to believe. You got to believe. You have to believe. Believe, believe, believe. There's a big saying out there. Why do you not have what you want? It's because you don't believe in it. If you believe that you're going to make $15 an hour for the next 10 years, well, guess what? You're probably going to make $15 an hour for the next 10 years. There's no doubt about it. But if you believe, hey, I'm making $15 an hour, but in the next 10 years I want to be making $250,000, pretty good chance you're going to take that a long ways because you're going to start doing some of these things right here. That's going to get you right here to this 3x. That's going to get you right there at 3x. So believe everything that you say. Believe it, and don't set your goals. I'm not one of those guys. I don't set goals low. I set them high. I set them attainable, but I don't set them just out there just crazy. But I'm one of those guys that I've set goals for myself. Big deal is throwing fuel on the fire. People said, hey, you can't do this. You're not going to make it. It's not going to work. I don't know why you're doing that. That's stupid. It's not going to happen. Well, all that did was took gas and threw it on my fire and made me explode because, like I said, at the end of the day, y'all, it's about what I believe. It's not about what anybody else believes. It's about what I believe, what I put my mind to, what I brainwash my mind to actually think, and it's all about a mindset. And so, like I said, guys, I honestly think, write these things down right here. I honestly think that if you can do this stuff right here, if you'll work on doing that stuff right there, and I'm not saying you're going to fix all this. I'm not saying that this will all be fixed at one time because I know I haven't fixed it all. But I can tell you, if you start working on this and give yourself a good goal to knock this out, I can promise you, if you get it done in those 2 to 3 years or however long it takes, a year, 6 months, you're going to 3x your income. Because there ain't a person out there, including myself, that wouldn't hire somebody that has all these 10 characteristics right here. And like I said, I know a ton of them. I know a ton of these guys that have this stuff right here and make millions and millions of dollars every year just because they stay on fire for what they do. They're always dressed to the T. They're approachable. I'm not saying they're in 3-piece suits, but they could be just where their body's presentable. They're strong. They don't participate in illegal activities, things of that nature. So yeah, just y'all, that's a good deal. So is being a fence installer tough? No, I don't think so. Just number 1, stay friendly. 2, stay positive. 3, be a likable person. 4, smile. 5, be confident. 6, be enthusiastic. 7, micro skills. 8, certainty. 9, self-confidence. And the last one, 10, is believe. So like I said, this is just my take, my theory on this. You can take it for a grain of salt, but I can tell you it works. It works. It's taken me some of the things that I've really knocked out in there. It's taken me a long way and helped grow a business really strong with a strong team. So y'all, hey, Lynch's Lawn and Fence, LLC.com. Y'all check us out. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and X. If you got any questions, give us a call, 318-459-7837. We'll help you out in any way we can. See y'all in the next video.